I pull myself up, throw back the bedclothes and stare into the darkness. 3 red digits inform me it's way past the witching hour. I need to sleep, but so many thoughts in my head. I am hot, sweating, and naked in the oppressive atmosphere. I hear a noise on the stairs. Someone is coming to get me. Please let me sleep. An unknown force snatches the door from its hinges and splinters of jagged wood tumble into the room. A hideous blue man stands in the doorway, gnashing hideous purple teeth. I need to run, but I am so terribly tired. I jump from the bed and crash against the window, exploding glass into the street below. I somersault, turn and twist as I gain my freedom into the cool night air. But now I am falling onto the street below, and blackness descends. I awake to find myself crawling along unknown streets to unknown destinations. I stop to watch 7 fat policemen bending over their latest victim. One is finishing the remains of a foot. 7 heads swivel on 7 bulbous necks and look in my direction. They start to sing. Police brutality, real reality, never mind the nationality, they all taste the same to us. A young child runs by but is quickly snatched and devoured. I see movement in my direction. I try to run, but my legs are heavy and sleep is not far away. I awake to find myself surrounded by 4 grey walls and 7 fat policemen hovering. I close my eyes and wait for the inevitable. The clock in the corner grins with its little red face. It's all been a dream, just a dream. I glance at the door. It's intact. I look to the window for reinsurance. I slip on a dressing gown from the rumpled heap on the floor, and the thought of coffee, beautiful coffee, fills my mind. I stand in the kitchen waiting for the kettle that never seems to boil. It starts to laugh, a hideous laugh. I look to the kitchen clock, its horizontal hands turn into leering lips, and the walls protrude with 1,000 hypothyroid lines. A huge policeman issues from the start of the kettle and snaps at my arm while 2 enormous ravens sit upon my shoulders, feasting upon my eyes. I sink to the floor and pray for sleep. The young nurse awakens me. You've had a restless night, sir, she said with some compassion. Nearly time for your operation. I'm fed a tablet that makes me drowsy and I hear the sound of a hazy background voice. You're in theatre, sir, so not long now. Sadly, we have run out of anaesthetic, but we must put on. I hear the buzz of a circular saw and someone mentioning a replacement brain. I open my eyes with not a single policeman in sight, and a pretty nurse telling me the operation was a complete success, and how much better I will be without that old gallbladder. I look to the far end of the ward, and what do I see but a clock? I ask the nurse why it's blurred, and she tells me it's just the effects of the anaesthetic. And then she tells me I need sleep. I explain I do not need sleep, but she is insistent, tries to give me tablets. I refuse to take them. She calls over a doctor who tries to inject me, but I grab the syringe from my white-coated tormentor and plunge it deep into his temple, and then I pump, and his enormously swollen head explodes volcanically with the sound of 1,000 drums.